Hi. Hello everyone. Welcome again to a new video. So as part of this particular video, which is fourth in a series of Jira for product owner, product managers, safe product owner. So we are going to cover releases. So even though as a product owner or product manager, you may not be directly responsible to create a release or configure it in Jira, but as a product owner, it always helps if you understand how you can track a release in Jira, how you can view what all releases are defined for a team, what all is included in a release. So basically, we will understand to define release in Jira. We will also understand how we can include different work items as part of that release. Also, how we can use the calendar view, one of the feature in Jira, in order to track different releases which are planned, maybe in a quarter, maybe in a 6 months duration, maybe in a year, and how we can also use calendar view to track some key due dates of work items. And finally, we will touch base on the version report using Jira. So this is going to be our agenda for this fourth video. So let us start. Hi, so I'm sharing the same Jira Cloud instance which I have used for this particular series. So as you guys can see, this is the list of spaces in this particular instance, and we will again click on Jira for the PO because that's the space that we are using for this particular Jira for the PO series. And you guys can see that we are using Scrum template as part of this space. And if we click on the backlog, we can see there is one active sprint already defined, which is started on 23rd of December. It will end on 5th of Jan. So, I mean, how we can define a release. So let's say as a product owner, you want to understand where the team has defined a release, what all is included, what all is not included, or to understand the progress on a particular release. So in order to understand the releases, very first thing we will have to do is, if we look at more, we have the releases here. So as we can see, there are not any versions in this space. That means there is no releases that have been created. So very first thing that we can do is we can click on create version, and let's say our very first release is going to be release, we can say Q1 2026 1, maybe something like that. I mean, let's say the team has decided like they are going to use this particular naming convention where the release, then we have the quarter one of 2026, and this is our 1.1. That means your very first release. And let's say this release, I mean, the work on this release is going to start on 23rd by when we started our release, and we are targeting to have our first release somewhere in the uh, February month, let's say 25th of February. So let's say if we click on save, so now this release has been defined. That's the name of the release, release Q1 2026 1.1. And if you look at progress, it says, there is no work items defined. Start date is the date where we feel that, we have started working toward that particular release, and 25th is our target release date. So now how we can tag different work items, let's say user stories and other work items. Maybe there are some critical bugs, that it needs to be released as part of this release. So how can we do that? So very first thing that we will do is we can again go back to the backlog, and let's say the user login. If we click on this one, this is included in the release one. So we can look at the information. We have the more fields here. We have the fixed versions. So if I click on the fixed version, so we can see the release is there. So just by, so this is the field where it denotes that, okay, this particular user story is part of this fixed version, which is basically release Q1 2026 1.1. And similarly, what we can do is we can uh, click on this particular user story, forgot username, and we can again choose the fixed version. So we are saying, okay, this particular user story is also part of the release one. Similarly, let's say forgot password. So if I again go to the fixed version, so we can say this is part of the release one. Now, if I go back to my release, So here we can see now it is listing, some work items and some of them have been completed, some other in progress. So it's basically say one done, one in progress, and one is still to do. So if I click on this particular release, now we can see that these are the work items which are part of the release. So as a product owner, you can always, if there are any releases defined by the team in their Jira space, you can click on that release and you can get the necessary information. And this particular listing is very important. It gives an idea, okay, what this release is all about. So it tells that, okay, these work items are going to be released, or these features are going to be released as part of this particular release. And if we go back to the board and try to include some other items, so it's not like, the work user story which are chosen in the sprint one, they are going to be the part of release. We can always say like user profile creation. If I added this one, so this is going to be a part of release one. So we can close this one, maybe manage user profile. This also we want to release. Okay. So as soon as, we have tagged a particular item to a release, we can see, this is coming up. So here we can see this is part of the release. And these stories, we are not, tagging them to a release because they are more like a technical story which are helping the team to develop the stories like build pipeline, dev environment setup. So these are not something which needs to be released. And similarly, let's say online payment using Visa card. So if I edit this particular story, uh, we can also tag this one. This is also important. So let's say this is also going to be part of the release one. So we are saying this item is there. And it's not just the user story. Let's say, even though like, just for an example, I'm saying, let's say we have to, uh, if we go here, let's try to create uh, a bug. Okay, let's say there was a bug and something like this. I mean, we are creating a bug and we are saying, this bug, we can tag it with a sprint. Let's say this is going to be fixed in this sprint only. Okay, so what we have done is we have created one, a bug as part of the current active sprint. And this bug also needs to be kind of like released. So we can also track, we can also tag the releases for this particular bug. So here we can, we have already tagged. So now we are saying, okay, this particular user story is part of the release 1.1. This particular bug is also part of the release 1.1. Now, if we go back and we can look at our releases, so we can see there is one item which is done. There are one in progress, one to do. Maybe we can just refresh. Yes. So here we can see that there are five to do, and we can always, look at, we can click on the release and we can get this particular detail. So this particular listing is important because this is where we need to involve the product owner and some key stakeholders to align with them to understand, okay, yes, we are in agreement to have a release for these work items by 25th of February. So this was to give you guys an idea how we can define and track the releases in Jira. Another thing is the calendar view. So if we look at the calendar, this is part of the navigation. This is one of the feature. So if you go to the calendar and we can, we have, it will list basically what are the some key items or key dates on a particular month. So December 2025 it is showing, and it is showing uh, this is our 29th, which is basically today's date. And we had the user login because that was the due date mentioned for the user login. If we go back and we can also look at when is our release coming. So as we have defined the 25th Feb as the release date for the Q1 1.1, So we can see that, this is listing in the calendar view. So that's the importance of this particular view. We can always, remember all some critical dates. And apart from that, let's say for this particular online payment using Visa, so this needs to be done by 10th of Feb. So we can define a due date. So we are saying, this particular story needs to be done by 10th of Feb. So if I select the 10th of Feb and if I close this one, now if I go back to the calendar and select the February month, so now it is going to tell me that, okay, on 10th of Feb, we have an item due, which is online payments. And also in the February month, we have this particular release due. So it's not just like one release because there are some teams who are so active and so technically advanced, and based on the nature of the work as well, they might be having multiple releases in their pipeline. So how we can define those? So this also we can do that. I mean, this was the very first release. Let's say after that we are going to have, so we can use the same naming convention. Let's say in the quarter one of 2026, that means between Jan to March period, we are going to have two releases. The first release was 1.1. We are calling this one as 1.2. And the work for this one is going to start somewhere maybe around 19th of Jan. And we are saying we will target to have a release by 27th of March. Okay, so now we have two releases. One release is the 1.1, which is 25th we are targeting, and soon after this particular 1.1 release, we have another release coming up, which is basically 1.2, which we are targeting on March 27th. So let's say for this particular March release, we have some items. Let's say manage, not this one, we can say, let's say checkout shopping cart. So if I click on this one, and I'm just giving an example. So if I click on the fixed version, so here we can choose, this is our 1.2. This is what the team has planned, that this particular story they are going to release in 1.2. So now if I again go back to the calendar view and try to select, so we have Feb month. So Feb month, it will list some key dates for the February 2026. So it says like online payments is due on this particular date, like which is 10th. And similarly, we have release 1.1 coming up on 25th of Feb. If I go to the next month, so it will tell me uh, in March we have 1.2, the second release of this particular year, 2026. And we can also go back to the releases and we can always see that we have 1.1 here. If I go to the 1.2, so we can see what all has been planned in the 1.2. So right now it says we have only one item because team is still planning about it. So that was the idea. And another thing that I would like to show is which can be helpful for the team as well as the product owner is the reports. So if I go to the reports and click on the version report, so this is where we can also get some information about our releases. So let's try to, yes. So this is our release 1.1, which we started on 23rd of December, and the schedule release date is 25th of Feb. So basically, it is going to list, okay, what has been completed, what are the incomplete issues, so that kind of information. Okay, so this also we can do. I mean, even though this also requires a kind of a separate video, but just to give an idea, this is more like a, if we have calculated how many story points of work is defined in a particular release. So it will tell us, where we are in terms of the release progress, how many story points of work we have completed, how many story points of work is remaining. So all that. But I mean, this is giving us a good idea that, okay, what has been completed, what are the incomplete issues. And also it is telling us, okay, there are some incomplete issues which are not estimated as well. So if I go back and try to open this board in a new tab so we can see what are the different user stories which are part of the release but they are not estimated, like this one, this particular bug. So let's say this bug is uh, I am okay. I'm not seeing the this particular information for the bug. It could be related to so many configurations, so I will leave it as it is. But let's say for this user profile creation, let's assume this is 5 story points, so that's perfectly fine. And online payments, let's say this is 8 story point, so we have done that. And continue checkout shopping cart, this is also 8 story points, so we can simply tag it. Now, if I again go back to my version report and try to have that 1.1, we can just see whether it is taking our changes. So now if we look at, it is telling, okay, for our 1.1 very first release for the February, we have one user story, which is 3 point, which is already done. And we have these incomplete issues. Okay, and it is telling manage user profile is not been estimated. So let's just try to open this manage user profile and we can say what are the story points. So let's say this is also 5 story points. So if I have given the 5 story point and again I refresh this one, so now we have all the everything as part of this release has been like estimated, all the user story. Just the bug is not we are not estimating the bug in terms of story points. But I mean, if you look at, we have 24 story points of work which is yet to be done, which is not completed. 3 and 3 6, 5 and 5 10, and then we have 16 plus 8 24, and 3 story points of work is done. And if you look at, we have it is telling us, if we go with this current pace, we might be able to complete by 5th March. So basically, kind of like similar to how the burn down work. And one another thing that we can try out is, let's say, forgot username story. This is also kind of done. And if we go back to our version report, let's see how it reflects it. So now it is telling, like, out of different issues that are part of this 1.1 release, we have two user story of 6 story point which has been completed, and 21 story points of work is still incomplete, that still remains to be done. And now we can look at that by 27th of Jan we might be able to complete it, right? So it basically changes it. It also gives you a kind of a target completion date, and any point of time, whenever we are making or including any new work items in our version report, it is going to reflect in this particular detailed report. So that was all about today's video, where we learned about, how we can define different releases as part of our project, how we can include the work items, uh, and tag them to our defined releases, and how we can rely on the version report to understand what's the progress being made on a particular release. And also you understanding the calendar feature, which gives us a kind of a monthly view about our key dates in a particular specific month. So that's all about today's video. I hope you guys liked it. And if you are new to my channel and if you would like to see some more videos, please write on the comment section. Thank you so much.